Close my door. Close my door. Close my door. Good evening, guys. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So I am trying Tradesea, and it's definitely a challenge to do it because you cannot put, it's basically Tradingview platform, but in its most stripped form. It doesn't allow you to put any of our proprietary indicators. And when I try to port it, it just doesn't have any functionality. It couldn't port any of the stuff. So the only way I can do Tradesea is literally watching the signals on the real ORB dots and trading with this. The only thing I was able to port on Tradesea is just the dots themselves, which without the context are really, really hard to trade. As you can see, I basically completely chopped up the account for the first hour or so. I'm at 8:26. I started 25. I'm at 8:26. We'll see how we do for the rest of the night. But it was only when I kind of put the actual dots ORB in a real trading view environment next to it that I could find some context and the ability to trade, to take trades. Otherwise, you really are trading blind. On the other hand, very, very clean, simple platform, super easy. The one thing they do that I absolutely love is that when you hit the buy button, the stop and the target are automatically attached. So you just got to drag them around to be able to trade them. But overall, not worse for anywhere because I'm trading a very small, and I made literally probably 30 losing trades in this period of time, and only down 175. So hopefully we'll see if we can recover a little bit of it. The other thing I did is I actually on the ORB, I took a lot of the cosmetic changes that you guys wanted, and we put them on there. So when and if they start to show up, you'll see how they look. I think it's going to be a lot easier to trade session highs, session lows off of that. Otherwise, just a sort of a sloppy little open in gold today, very, very range bound. We are at 504 on the or 503 on the low, 22 on the high, so relatively small range. Given how wide gold used to trade, I mean, we would have 50 point ranges usually in Asia, and so far 20-point range is very, very quiet. So that's that. The NASDAQ is, let me change this around. Sorry. See, NASDAQ, this is the new kind of design that I think is easier to see. So we have, the ORB break, Asia session high here, reversal at Asia session high. There was actually like a lot of movement here. That I didn't capture because I was watching gold. So we'll watch both here for our purposes. I pushed the fourth account to 26 from this morning, so that's working great. Now I'm going to just try to work the 64 and the 65 accounts here and see what we can do there. So let's go to 64, 65. They have a white dot, green dot, but against a red slope. So really no trade here for us until we flatten out on the slope. Also, really small range here, 35 to basically like a 35-point range here in this. One of the things I think when I was trading Asia, I had put like a 40-40, $10, 10-point up, 10-point down structure, because I don't think you get any more than 10 points out of NASDAQ on Asia. There's no execution log. Yeah. Hey, Temtem. Hey, JC. Nice to see you. Very quiet, very sloppy trade here as we open up. Not much really going on. We will not press anything until we see something setting up. I'm generally really want to look at the session high, session lows on both gold and NASDAQ. Big reversal on gold here. Looks like we might be going to session lows here. That's good. We'll trade this if it, wow, look at this nice move. Really sharp decline. A2 trade here. Let's see if we, if it completes, we'll take the continuation. It's also going to go to, looks like, the ORB session lows here. Let's see what it does. No, it turns around. So that's why we wait. Gold is crossing over here to the downside, 15 seconds left. A 7-point move in gold on the downside. Wow. Oh, I think it must be the Shanghai Open, right? So that's creating some vol. The Shanghai usually gives us good direction here, so we'll sell against this. I see with the one thing on Tradesea is that it's very easy to kind of drag your stops and targets. I think I want to drag like a 40 stop and like a 30s target. We'll just trade 40-30 and see what we can do. And if it, if it gives us a second red dot, we'll short it. If it comes back up and eats us, let it eat us. Let's see if it wants to extend a little bit to the lows of the day. Well, yeah. The one thing is, it's very intuitive. It really shows you where your risks are lying all around. Very simple. Works the same way on mobile, which is really cool because you can actually trade on mobile. No, you can't trade gold on Apex Trader in Shrikia. They don't allow gold trading. That's why we're trading gold right now on Lucid. Our friends at Lucid and the Tradesea platform, just kind of getting a feel for it. This is a Lucid account that I'm trading right now. Let's see how NASDAQ is doing. NASDAQ is actually okay. I think I'm going to take a buy on here. Which account am I in? We want to go, I'm a 64? 64, yeah. Okay. So I'm long here off this, really not even a signal, but just kind of a green dot off of the green slope. Stop 10 points under. We'll see how it goes. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. So we will not add. We'll only, this is the idea here, is we're trading the Vince protocol, which is like, if we get a secondary green dot, we'll add to the position. If it doesn't give us anything, it's just a single quick stop out. Right, gold also very quiet around this thing. I mean, shorts really want to target the ORB lows here. We'll see if they have enough juice to do that. If we get a second green dot, we'll short more, but so far nothing happening in gold. I have a feeling we're probably going to be in stall mode tomorrow, because we have PPI on Wednesday and we have Powell on Wednesday. So the markets, a lot of people are going to be probably, flattening up in front of the news events. So we'll see how much action we get down there tomorrow. But yeah, so far, just going to watch the moves here. All right, here I am, 17 seconds left, second green dot, right? So if this holds, we'll add to the position. I'm going to follow the Vince protocol here. All right, long more, just bring this over here. The stop will go here. Let's see if it works. Gold not really moving anywhere, kind of stalled, and we're not testing session highs, session lows right now. So really not a lot of interesting activity that we could do. We just try and do our best and staying alive. This is flipping over. This double did not add. This is just chopping us back and forth. I guess stopped out. Okay. Very flat markets. Delta is only 2 basis points between the VWAP and the 8 SMA. Yeah, you're right. Trading in the middle of the tennis court is not where you want to be. It's very it's just choppy. I want to get up to the edges, but so far nothing happening here. So forcing a few small trades. Gold also not really moving in any direction here. Everything very choppy. See if we can get a A2 trade here for a little bit of continuation. 50 seconds left. We'll see how it goes. Come back to this. Gold just chopped us out, so we're right back to flat moves. Today we're really trading. We're not even exploring the opening range or session highs so far. So we will just hang tight. Okay, getting an A2 here in NAS. I'm going to go sell this near the edge, trying to see if they run the lows. Yeah, we are just okay. I'm going to do something interesting here. This is a trade I've been eyeing all the time. White dot on red slope, which I really like as a trade. Now, if this takes out the red slope, no, but I'm going to actually sell this. See if I'm right. See if I'm right. It's kind of like the fade trade um, that I've seen work very well in New York session. Same thing as a uh, purple dot on green slope, like right over here. Generally, here's one purple dot on green slope, purple dot on green slope. Those are great retrace trades. Let's see if I'm right on the fact that this might be a retrace trade. In these choppy conditions, retrace trades are really interesting opportunities. See, like even here, white dot on red slope. This one did not work. The white dot on red slope kind of had the big spike out, but that's the whole point. They're not always going to work, but they work generally really pretty well. If you could find the opportunities. Here's a purple dot on green slope, 17. It does dip here, like -2, but then it does extend +2. So and here's one that's a really good retrace trade here. So you can trade them with relatively tight stops and do okay. All right, you know what? I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to take that little profit to get some little bit of capital back. But that whole white dot on red slope, purple dot on green slope, a really interesting uh, setup to take it into your arsenal. Why do you say it's AI? Why do you say I'm AI? Yeah, that's the thing though is like if you just kind of if you do what I'm doing, which is small and only add when it confirms your trades, um, you can do pretty well. Like if you get an A2 here, we'll try to sell it into the lows because I think it's going to pierce the lows. This one, gold here is doing nothing. It's really boring. Gold really is flat. The moving average delta is just 1 basis point. It means that there's just absolutely no trend whatsoever. So we're going to let it be. See if we can do a little bit of NASDAQ. Here's an A2. Sell. Try to get in front of the ORB session, see if we can get it done. I'm adding to this position because we have the red dot. Let's see if this is going to hold for us or is just going to pop us back out. This has been the story of the day where just very little continuity. But let's see if we can add a little bit of juice here. see what gold is doing. Gold very flat. Really nothing going on with gold. Until gold touches the edges, we're just really not even going to be interested in it. Really? I didn't know YouTubers are cloning themselves. I didn't know that. All right, now come the edges. Let's see. So here we have a. Watch how I Asia ORB break, Asia session low, right? Everything's showing up now on the trade. They're taking the trade. So we're not going to trade the ORB break. We're going to try and trade the ORB confirm if it has one, and we'll try to also do a little bit of the fade. I love the session low fade, session high, session low fade trade. So like it makes a session low, and then doesn't do continuation. Then we're going to see if it pops back up. This is much cleaner on the charts, right? You guys can actually see the breaks, right? 12 seconds left. So we'll leave this alone for a sec. Let's see what gold is doing. Gold is dead. Gold is back to being dead money. All right, NASDAQ breaks the session low. Let's see what happens next here. So far, we got the ORB confirm. So we have a confirm on the ORB break. 14 seconds left. If it holds, we're gonna try and trade this because this is a pretty nice big break here. Wow. All right, we're short here on the confirm and the continuity trade, and it's just going to pop right back up, which I kind of was fearing because I thought getting the second break was going to be too much retrace here. I'm using very, very tight stops, so it's really, really hard to trade the continuity trades. But I'd rather take the small stops and bleed out a little bit, and then try to make it back when the thing reverses. So this is popping right up off the session lows, complete reversal of session lows, and a break back up into the zone. Wow, it was just a basic total stop hunt here. Yeah. How much? 20 seconds left. Wow, look at this move. It was a total stop hunt. 18 to 35, 20, 30 points up. Okay, well, no clones for me, USA. I use AI only to code for you guys. I don't use it to create avatars for myself. All right, come on, pop it. So this was just a nice clean reversal. I love doing the session high, session low reversals. So we will wait for more SIGs. By the way, let's sell this. I'll tell you why I want to sell this. Okay, remember I said to you, white dot on red slope, really good fade trade. So let's see if I'm right. Let's see if I can get some more fadeability on this thing. It's hard to see because there's all these labels over here, but this is a white dot on red slope. I really, really like that that setup as a Asia trade chop setup. And we're done. See how nice that is? Boom, boom. Totally done on the move. Now we're back to testing session lows, and now it gets kind of interesting because now we see if we can't make fresh session lows. I want to go back. I want to go long on this thing. So we need to we're going to watch this See, we tested again. Can't make session lows. Popping right back up. Oh, really? Nice. And they made nice, nice reversal move. Yeah, on that, you talking about the white dot trade? I can't make session lows. I'm gonna try buy it. If it breaks the session lows, great. Then we'll get stopped. But the view here is like, here's the session low, and all we've been doing is printing the only thing is you got to really play tight these things, because I'm just trying to clip it back and get some quick P&Ls here. I'm not even trying to go for the 10 points. And I'm just going to take a quick profit here. I don't want it to hang with me. I wanted to go see what gold was doing, see if gold was coming. Gold touched the ORBs, but hasn't really done anything. But at least we got a little bit of moving average separation and a little bit of trendiness going on here. Let's see what we can do with gold here. Gold had this, see this white dot on the red slope? That would have been a really good trade here. We're just busy with NASDAQ, so we didn't take that. I'm still going to watch NASDAQ. NASDAQ actually starting to pop and turn, which is good. Coming back into the ORB break level, that could be interesting. So there's two ways to trade this. You can either wait for the confirm that it kind of makes back up to to session to the range breakout, or you could kind of take the first one, and if it doesn't work, great. These quick stop, and if it does work, you can add to the position and then just trade it that way, which is the way I think I'm going to try and trade this right now. No trade so far. Gold is quiet on the A2. A2 on the gold here. Not really doing anything. You'll say you must be really, really bored, which I can't blame you, because the price action really sucks right now. Nothing much going on here. Okay, we are piercing. Why is I wonder why it's not giving me a. It's not giving me a second Asia or a break on the move. thing that's cool though is you really see how the ORB levels create all this action, right? All this edge action that really works. All right, so it's not giving me a label, but because there must be some kind of bug in the code. But if this thing holds above, which it does, it's actually, let's go by. All right, we're in here. If it comes back and closes below the ERB range, we'll just get out and whatever we can. This will be the stop, just a terminal stop. If this holds with a dot, we're gonna add to the position. Nice pop on the move here. 23 seconds left. Let's see if we can. I just ran through our thing. So great. Okay. This was the advantage of taking it, on the first pop. Let's press it. We got the confirm dot here. For some reason, it's not printing the labels, but we'll see if it extends. I'm actually just gonna take a small clip here. Come on. So we can press the move. There we go. Come on. Press it. Press it. There we go. Nice. All right. We came back on the NQs. Gold's still doing nothing of any interest. Staying in front of the ORB lows here, trying to hold them. I have a feeling, my vibe is that they're going to try to run they're holding the 5,000, but it feels like it's trading relatively heavy. Although maybe they'll reverse it. We'll see. Here's the A2 signal. So if this holds, we'll come back and trade that on Tradesea. So far, nothing. A2. Twenty seconds left. See if the dot holds. Five, four, three, two. Boom. All right, we're buyers. All right, let's see if this works. Or we just totally reverse ourselves. Okay, here's purple on green slope, and I'm going to, if this kind of holds like this, I'm going to try and do a second position on this. You can see that this is basically the 8 SMA over here, and if this holds, we will try to trade the retrace trade here. We'll keep the same stop here, but just add to the position. All right, we've added to the position. Going to hold this on this candle here and put this over here. Let's see if we can get any traction going on the gold. See if my retrace trade plays out in gold as it did in NASDAQ. A really herky-jerky move here. What's NASDAQ doing? NASDAQ came back after pumping up. Oh, we actually have, all right, let's play this. This is the purple on green, right? Let's buy this. Again, I'm just sort of, buying the kind of a retrace, stay with a 10 stop, maybe come back to the midpoint. Let's see if the retrace holds. There's a big vertical move here, so it may crash through our stops, but if it holds, that will just show again how decent that little setup is. Gold doing nothing. Oh, that's going to take us out. It was a little bit, I guess it was a little too high up. It needs to be right on the all right, we're out of it. We'll see what goes. Lots of heat, little light, as they say in the South. Just not. It's one step forward, one step backwards. No real directionality. So obviously, nothing much is working, but nothing much is hurting either. I'm basically flat on this account. The gold one is a little bit down, but that's due to just me really getting used to the platform. But no harm, no foul, basically, as far as this. I'd love to be able to catch a couple of really nice runs, but so far we don't have anything going on here. We work closely with obviously with Apex first and foremost, Ola, and okay, okay? There it is. Asia ORB break to the downside. So that label is working. The label, the counter move label is not working. So we'll fix that. All right, let's see if the break holds. Much better expression, right? You can really follow the signal here. We got clipped on this gold trade. Gold's just been a complete useless trade today. All right, let's see what we're gonna do here. Asia session break. Let's do this again. Take the first break against it. If it retraces back out, fine. I'm not gonna cry about it. But if I get continuity, at least I have a chance to double down into the trade. If this basically turns into a red dot, confirm dot, I can sell it and maximize my correct trade, which is really what it's which is what the Vince protocol is all about. Although whether it works today in this little shitty market, we'll see. There's the confirm. 9 seconds left. Let's see if we can sell the confirm and add to the confirm. 3, 2, 1, sell. All right, we're adding to the confirm. Bring this up. Let's bring it all up. See if we can get anything done here. Oh, we have an ORB break here. I am a little bit late. All right, let's sell it. What the hell? Sell gold will be, what's the stop here? 505. Yes, go up here above this level. Oh, this broke to session lows and now coming back in a typical gold fashion right into the ORB. Break the other way. Yep. Gold is just torturing me today. I haven't traded in a long time, and I got to tell you, I really, really don't like it. It's such a spiky little instrument at this point that it's very, very hard to get good traction on it. But there you go. Now I'm on the ORB break the other way around. All right, let's go buy. Also, really kind of, it's hard without the, like, even though I see the indicator on the right side, it's just a very weird feeling. I will stay here on the stop loss. TP will be somewhere up here. See if we can get into the moves here. We're finally getting the ORB moves here. All right, catch some of this back. There we go. Brought the gold back. ORB confirm. Let's go buy it. Stop loss will be underneath here. TP will come up here. See if we can recover some of this ORB stuff. Oh, and NASDAQ is just doing nothing. NASDAQ is coming back into. I put my stops above the ORB range. If it comes back into the range, then you know you're wrong. But at least if it's staying underneath the range, then you want to stay in this trade. $504. This spiked out. The other thing I was going to say is it's very, with Tradesea, you have to literally watch the platform the whole time because you have these very quick moves and then it just comes back up. This could have been a thing we could have converted, but I just wasn't watching. And we get clipped on NASDAQ. It does come back into the break the other way. Okay, let's give it a shot the other way. If it comes back up. All right, I'm going to get out of this trade because it just broke the range. And I'm going to go the other way. If it holds, we're going to wait till the candle closes. I said it. I thought they were going to run the 5,000. It really feels like they want to. So I'm kind of want to gear myself up for that run. All right, coming down. This create no dots yet, so no confirm. But maybe this one's going to give us a confirm. What's Tradeview doing? Oh, look at this. Tradeview just clipped us out and came right back to the lows. Session lows. All right, let's see if it holds session lows. Asia session low. Let's see if it holds. I'm looking to see if they can hit the session lows here again around the 502 with gold. I'm gonna leave it be here. Just be very patient with this trade. Just let it go. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. We gotta press the trades that are there. If it's just not gonna continue, so be it. Oh, we were right there on the session lows. God, you know what, guys? I think my problem right now is we have such slow markets, and I'm watching two trades at the same time. I'm kind of like not in sync with either one of them as well as I could be. Well, let's find. You know what? I'm just going to close this up. Fuck it. We're going to close it up. You know why? Because we're holding Asia session lows. We're not breaking any further. So I want to go long the other way. This is Asia session low. This candle does not make a fresh Asia session low. I want to do a reversal. This is always a very low risk reversal. If it works, it's super good. If it doesn't work, it's a tiny little drop. So I'm gonna wait very, very carefully. My favorite trades is these session reversal trades early, because you're down 10 points, but if it comes back, you can get 20, 30 points the other way. How smooth the trade see? It's, I don't know. Trading gold on this is not exactly the smoothest ride in the world. It's herky jerky, but that could just be gold itself. We're back into the ORB highs. So this may have been all she wrote. Maybe they didn't want to, they couldn't test the 502s. And if it didn't, fuck it. We're going to stay on this trade because, if it's going to work, it's going to be the payoff. If it doesn't, fuck it. This just, this is just not my night in gold. We'll just leave it be and come back, trade it tomorrow. All right, Asia session low. Let's go buy this. See, didn't make a fresh low, right? So we'll stay underneath here. If it makes fresh lows, fine. If it holds, then there's a chance it could reverse. Like the longer it holds, the bigger the chance that it kind of reverts. If it makes session lows, great. We'll just wait for a new fail. So far, holding, not making any fresh session lows, but it might. Here, it looks like they want to target the 800. So again, big battle here between defending the 800 and running it. If they run it, we'll just reconfigure. Yeah, it looks like they want to run it. We'll just reconfigure. So it makes fresh session lows, takes us out on a quick clip, but not a big deal because now we can see, the next one will hold better. Okay, making fresh lows. So this candle leaves itself alone. And gold just completely reverses, takes us out. All right. Not my night in gold. And I'm definitely struggling a little bit in NASDAQ, but NASDAQ has been a much smaller problem. Gold has just been really, really hard to trade for me today. So I'm going to leave gold alone. All right, fresh Asia session low, so no trade. Nope, now a trade. So this did not make the fresh session lows. Now we're looking for that reversal. I want that, ball in a pop and drop, right? Just pop it. Let's see if we can get that pop over here. 34 seconds left. Okay. Take out on the first one. Couldn't add to the first one, but that was, nice big reversal, very clean. We trade with Tradevate. I love Tradevate. It's the, Tradesea is kind of a new platform. I want to test it out. It looks pretty good. It's, I don't think it's the, if I traded NASDAQ on Tradesea, I'd probably be doing a lot better. I don't think it's the platform. It's just the product today that's just really, really, I mean, look at this. Break one way, doesn't go. Break the other way, doesn't go. Finally breaks out the other way and totally goes. So, I mean, they held the 5,000, but it's such a choppy trade. You have no idea if it's gonna have a lot of continuity the other way. So I'm just gonna. It's been a horrible day for me in gold, and I'm just gonna close this platform and just not trade it. On wealth charts, I haven't touched wealth charts in a while. Wealth charts is actually flipping over to the next rollover tomorrow. They announced it so we can trade some wealth charts tomorrow. But you see how this pops up off the lows, how clean that trade is. It's really, really nice. So we'll see how it trades. Let's do one other thing. Okay, last one. Why did I do this? Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't help myself. This white dot on red thing is a retrace trade. It does fail, obviously, but when it's just been so successful. Let's just see if we can get a little bit of the move back here. Let's see. Come on, come down to Poppy. Let's get a little bit more P&L. Come to maybe this is a V-shaped move and not going to work, but teasing me. But that is just such a clean probability trade most of the time. Really, really worth it. There you go. Took that out. See how easy it is to clip that trade? Yeah, how's the slippage on Tradesea? Hard to tell because I don't trade gold on Tradevate, so I have no idea. I mean, Tradevate really is, and the wealth charts is awesome as far as execution. I don't know. I closed Tradesea because it was just a complete disaster today. I don't want to look at it. Tomorrow maybe I'll open it up and I'll trade it again. We'll see how it goes. But there's a lot of new platforms, and they promise a lot. But here's what I sort of, when it comes to our trading, the platform we want is one that can fully replicate our indicator, because we don't care about the platform. We care about our indicator because that's what gives us the trade signals. And what I find wanting from all these platforms is none of them are Tradingview. Trade Away with Tradingview creates a truly clean performance system, as we see with all my accounts. Everything else is awkward. I mean, wealth charts, we port our stuff to wealth charts, and if I can port the ORB, then it becomes great. But if you can't faithfully port stuff to these are all what I call Tradingview knockoffs. Tradingview gives them like their white label platform, which limits huge amount of coding functionality. And when that happens, it's just, oops, sorry, I just went to gold here. It's useless, to traders like us who trade strictly on the indicator basis, where there is, there's incredible logic and reason behind what we're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Rob about the porting the ORB. I just want to make sure the code is totally 100% clean. Like I want to try to understand why it failed the break to the upside here, like this whole thing. I'm going to see what the logic was. Once I'm 100% certain that I have everything working, it's going to be really cool. But you see, guys, like look at this. The session low fail, right? Okay, so maybe here, here we got clipped, but here it was, if you came in here 13, you had like a full move up here. Really nice. Now we sort of slowed down a little bit. So, and the other thing is, like, remember, after trend comes chop, right? And after chop comes trend. So here you have like 5 candles of chop, trend, right? 4 candles of chop, trend. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's what we should be just measuring, is the length of chop candles. Because once it gets past 5 or 6, that's when you want to start looking at a move. Like that's the key question. What's the average? Oh, we have the I'm kind of putzing around here. Okay, let's take this. Purple dot on green slope, right? Same idea. White dot on red slope, purple dot on green slope. Do we have any chance for continuity here? Let's see. A bad execution. I should have been here. I came in high. I came in 3 points high, but it's, it's proving itself. Shanghai Open, yeah. Hopefully it's moving. I know it's Shanghai Open. Oh, for the gold, Shanghai Open. All right, NASDAQ got done. I don't care. I'm not watching gold. I gave up on gold today. It beat me up too badly that I don't give a shit. But you see, like, guys, what I'm trying to show you is, look, I've made 5 winning trades with this particular setup today. Just totally clean trades. And I could have made more money. I just sort of got conservative, which is white white dot against, well, this one is, this is far away. It's got a white dot on the red slope, a purple dot on the green slope, right? The counter trend trades. Now, if this is far away, this failed actually. I'm sorry. I did make one failure, but that's because it was so far away. It's got to be on the slope. Like that's the other essence of these trades. It can't be like, halfway up the slope. It's got to be on the slope, and the slope has got to be against the dot. So like, when you have here, okay, it's on the slope, right? It slips against you, but not so much. 64 to 56, almost. 10 points almost down against you, but then it comes right back up and totally banks it. This one, green on the purple on the green, perfect. These are all good trades, right? So these are great trades in Asia, because Asia is just this fuck around time, and getting the retrace trade in Asia is probably the lowest risk, highest probability trade. So it's just huge amount. This is basically the only thing that's kept me alive. This, I've been yanking this back and forth, but these are the trades that keep, bringing me back to the 600 level, which is where I'm trying to get to first before I hopefully can try to push it to 700 by the end of the day today. Right. That's what I'm saying. So how do you measure compression, right? The compression itself. So remember I said to you, there's 5-6 dots on the move, and actually, so like that's the other interesting thing. Purple on green, white on red usually are within the compression structure, right? So they kind of like, see, this is compression structure here, right? Compression structure 1, 2, 3. You're not really moving anywhere. You went 50 to 56. There's just been no movement in the last 5-6 candles. So that's compression structure. And if you find that setup within compression structure, you're in good shape. Here's another one, compression structure, right? 1, 2, 3, kind of compressed. You buying it low here, boom, nice move. Within compression structure, buying the retrace is a super, super clean trade. And it really helps. The gap between the recent white dot and the previous purple, like what do you see? Like, oh, this to this, well, this certainly wouldn't be compression, right? So from here to here, would that be compression? I guess. I don't know. I think the dots in this case aren't going to be the anchor points. I think it's just a matter of like, how little has it moved over the last 5 candles? Like in this particular case, the close is 17, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles forward, the close is 16. There's literally no movement, right? Like a 1-point movement. So like whereas if you go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this one the close is 18 or 16, and this one the close is 31. So it's considerably more movement. And that's now we're in trend, right? Now we're starting to pick up trend move. By the way, we're coming back into the ORB range. So let's see what it wants to do. The 8 o'clock break, is that what you're talking about, or Otter? This one? What would you have done here on the 8? Oh, sorry, where's the 8 o'clock break? Oh, this is the 8 o'clock break. So you would have been short here because it went all the way down. That was a ORB break down. Yeah, NQ only. I hear you. Boy, I got to tell you, it's been a long time that I quit on an instrument, and for gold to make me quit trading it just tells you how shitty day I had in that product. I don't know why. Like maybe it's a new platform, maybe anything else. It's just completely out of sync with that product. And this is the second time I've kind of traded Tradesea. This, I traded. I'll be honest with you, I traded before, and I just had a horrendous. I don't know if it's just personal, whatever. I had a horrendous, vibe on it. Maybe I'm just not used to trading it, but and I like the platform. I think it's, I think it's very intuitive, but I'm just not successful at all on it. What are we trading? We're trading NQ because I quit on gold. It really fucked me raw today. Oh, what time is it? Oh man. All right, 5-10 more minutes, then we're gonna go today, guys. I gotta get going. I'm just waiting to see, can we get back up into the ORB range? We're gonna recover this thing and try to hold it. Let's see if there's any more trades in NQ for us. I like the labels though. What do you guys think? The labels are good, right? They're really, really clean. Okay, ORB break to the upside. Not happening just yet. I'm trying to build it over there. But let's see if they can get the opening range break. ORB break, 53 seconds. Let's see if it holds. If it holds, we'll take a exploratory position, and then if it extends, we'll add to the position. Eight seconds left. Let's see if it holds. We're in there. Let's see if it wants to extend. Man, between Alien and USA, today is just a real clown show. You guys clearly are bored out of your minds. I don't blame you. It's been a very, very boring session. And sometimes all you can do is just survive these kind of sessions, which is what I'm basically trying to do with NQ. All right, kind of holding bid here, but not much. This candle is not going to give us the confirm, so we just sit tight. Nope, we're falling back out, in and out. Everything is non-continuous today. Okay, range breakdown. We're going to go the other way. We will go the other way because if they can't hold the range, it's very likely they're going to want to take it lower. So we'll just stay quiet here and focused. See if the ORB break goes the other way. As I said, the thing about advanced protocol is that it just you bleed, and then you make all the money, and you have to be in that mindset. I'm very, very comfortable being in that mindset with NASDAQ because it's really been very successful for me. But with gold, it's just it bled me to death. I just couldn't deal with it. All right, let's see if we can get a Asia ORB confirm here. No, coming back. We're going to chop around the ORB range now. Okay, 5 ticks for 14 seconds. Let's see if we can get a push down. $54 seconds. $42. $25. Oh, we got filled on the low here. All right, and we're done, and I'm going to just get rid of the other one. All right, good. At least we recovered some of the moves here. But I was trying to just get filled over here, and it just got filled really, really low. So I just took the second lot off quickly. But it's a good example. One of the things I made a mistake with, and this is actually a really good teaching example. So we're below the VWAP, right? We're below the VWAP. So the trend is down. So when you're doing these ORB breaks, what you want to do is, because the trend is down, you can take the risk on the short trades. But on the long trades, I should have waited for the ORB confirm. So this was kind of a wasted trade here, because if it's going to really reverse, it's got to do an ORB confirm. It's got to be a 1-2 confirm. But if it's trading with trend, you can take the first probative move and then take the confirmative move afterwards. So that was the one bad execution. But overall, now you really see the labels really well. I think everything is very explanatory, and the trade itself is kind of cool, right? See, like the only thing here that sucked was this one. No, you could have come in here. You could have taken the second one here. You just didn't have much of an extension. It really reversed on you. There would have been although you probably would have taken 27. Would have gotten 17. Yeah, this was a very tough trade over here. Then you had the Asia session low that then reversed crazily all the way up to the top. But then we took that reversal off the white dot, which really worked nicely. So overall, we held steady in a pretty ugly trade environment. We'll see how it goes. How it goes for the rest of the night. I'm going to leave gold aside for today. It just injured me too much. I need a little space from there. Otherwise, everybody have a great day. We're going to trade tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will give us a little bit of movement that we can get some action done in NASDAQ. Apex extended its 85% sale. So be sure to get some Apexes. I think I'm going to get some more for Wednesday for the straddle trades. And then Lucid, everybody else, Alpha is 50% off with our link. So please be sure to get those. Okay, guys. All right. I'm going to run. I will see everybody tomorrow. Have a great night. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.